Today's the day. I am on my way to drop off my vehicle at Carvana. Sorry about that background, lovely noise from Google Maps, but I'm a little late right now. It's gonna be about 2 minutes late. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you why I went with Carvana, because I got it appraised at Carvana, at a CarMax, and through the Auto Trader instant cash offer. And I decided to go with Carvana only because it was the highest bidder.
Quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
But I also want to touch on other points that made me decide to go with Carvana. Why did I not go private party? Why did I not go with the proven CarMax when I've said in the past that I liked them? Well, they just were lower in their bid, like way lower to where it made a difference. So let me drop it off and I'll tell you how I went. It looks closed though. I don't know where I should park. I hope they're open. Just don't know where I am. Well, I'm gonna choose here. What are Carvana, CarMax, and Auto Trader's instant cash offer? These are 3 online platforms for buying and selling used cars. They have similar processes to appraise your car. You enter the VIN number and the mileage of your vehicle. You must also provide them with a picture of your driver's license. Then they will make you answer a few questions, like a long questionnaire where you describe the condition of your car. CarMax required me to enter pictures of my car in very specific angles and features of my car, but for pictures, Carvana only asks for a picture of the odometer. If they want to buy your car, all 3 sites will make you offers that are usually good for 7 days. CarMax and Carvana have a similar way in which they inspect your car in person to verify the condition of the car before they confirm their offer. To keep this video moving, I'll just tell you about the main differences between Carvana and CarMax. Carvana is online only. If you live in a big city, you may probably remember having seen their car vending machines. If you go with their offer, they typically arrange for pickup, or you can drop it off like I did. They might charge you a fee to pick up your car. I didn't use this feature because I live very close to a Carvana store. CarMax. CarMax is more of a hybrid. You can do the process online, but you can also do it in store. They have over 240 stores throughout the United States. If you take their offer, they can often finalize the paperwork and provide you payment on the spot. The 2 times that I've used them, I've been fortunate to have equity in both of the cars that I sold to them, and they paid off the bank on the spot and they wrote me a check for the difference. I've done it with an appointment a couple of times. I really like it. The 2 times that I went there to sell my cars, it took less than an hour. Or if you prefer, you can also do a walk-in, but I'm sure waiting times are going to be longer. And the third option is Auto Trader's instant cash offer. Auto Trader is primarily a marketplace for buying and selling new and used cars through dealerships and private sellers. Their instant cash offer is a tool that allows you to get an online offer from participating dealerships. You enter your car's details just like you do with Carvana and CarMax, and a network of buyers competes to give you the best price. You then take the car to a dealership that provided the winning bid to finalize the sale. Behind me is Carvana. And maybe at the very back, you can see our former vehicle, the 2024 Genesis GV70. It's kind of a bittersweet feeling because the guy that was appraising my car says, this car's so nice. Why do you get rid of it? If you don't mind me asking, well, maybe he should watch my videos. Honestly, it's like a super, super easy process to go with Carvana. I had done it with CarMax already. I was a little hesitant to bring it to Carvana because of some bad press that it received in years prior. But honestly, the process was really smooth. The place was pretty empty. Looked like a ghost town. It's actually like 5 minutes in the lobby and there was nobody there to receive me. Somebody, like a technician or something, walked in, saw me, and then went to get the guy. His name is Joel. He took care of me. It was like a 10-minute deal. He just made me sign the papers. Everything was already set up. The reason why I had to do it here is because I guess the facial recognition didn't work for me. I had to bring it personally and sign everything. It was already pre-printed, just ready for my signatures. So that took about 3 minutes. And then he went out, inspected the vehicle. No surprises, of course, because it's a perfect car. He gave me the release of liability. I scanned a QR code, which took me straight to the DMV website, entered my information, entered the dealership information, the VIN number, and then I just transfer the title. So option number 1 was Carvana at $39,200, CarMax at $37,000 flat. And then in between those was the Auto Trader's instant cash offer through Kelley Blue Book. And They give you the offer and they give you a list of participants. So you can take it to any of those dealerships that are listed. And the reason why I didn't go with them, obviously, because this offer is better, right? But it would have been my second in the list. If anything would have gone wrong here at Carvana, I would have gone to the second highest bidder, which was Auto Trader's instant cash offer. But I was reading the prints, and he said that upon arriving at the dealership is going to perform an inspection and possibly offer me less. And I was like, here we go again. Dealerships doing what dealerships do, right? And that's one thing I like about Carvana and CarMax is that their offers are non-negotiable for good or for bad. So if you don't like it, too bad. I just didn't want to step into the unknown, into a dealership with haggling for an already great deal. I had a hard time comparing this because remember, mine is the fully loaded, what is it, Sport Prestige? So this is as high as it gets on the 4-cylinder. And I was expecting to get somewhere in the low 40s, not below 40. It was, I thought maybe 42, 43, because I saw them used for around 48. So maybe it was too optimistic, okay, to think that they could give me anything over 40. So the gap between what I got, 39,200, and what they're going for used is about $8,000. So that's going to be Carvana's profit. Obviously, they have their own operational costs, right? But in a nutshell, that's how I see it. It's going to be about $6,000-7,000 they're going to make on this vehicle. So hopefully it's a better car for the next owner. Maybe his expectations are lower. Maybe the thing doesn't fail anymore. And he has a happy ownership. As a car guy, I hate it when people tell me bad stories about their cars. So let's go home, have some dinner, and I'll give you the wrap up of this video, okay? Now let's get into the nitty gritty of the pros and cons of each based on my experience and general understanding. Carvana, pros, it's very convenient. For me, almost the entire process was done online. From getting the initial offer to scheduling the drop-off is all very convenient and can be done from the comfort of your home. When I was at Carvana, I actually saw a person trying to do a walk-in without an appointment, and he was turned down by the clerk that was helping me. He was told that he must do the process online, I guess, just like everybody does, right? That's the way I did it myself. The place is just not geared to have multiple people there at a time. It has a very small lobby with like 2 desks and maybe a few areas where you can sit and wait. Potentially higher offers. As you saw with my experience, Carvana offered me the highest amount for my GV70. And I'm sure this is not always the case, but their online model can sometimes allow for more competitive offers. I wonder if the cost of operation is lower than that of CarMax because, I mean, you literally see no people there. I saw a total of 2 employees on a Friday afternoon. No haggling. The offer you receive online is typically the final offer, making the process straightforward and stress-free if you're not a fan of negotiation. Another pro is that it's relatively a quick process. Once you accept the offer and provide the necessary documents, the pickup or drop-off, like in my case, and payment process can be quite fast. I actually, when I submitted my offer, they had appointments like every 15 minutes on the day of the offer. And for cons, is that it's online only, and some people prefer the security and personal interaction of dealing with the physical location. If you like someone that likes to work face-to-face with somebody, Carvana may not be your first choice. And scheduling the pickup. Depending on your location and their availability, scheduling a convenient pickup time might take a few days. Again, I didn't have to deal with this because I chose to drop off the vehicle myself. Bad reputation. This was my biggest concern in going with Carvana.
There were hundreds of consumer complaints against them. Complaints like extended delays in the title and registration documents, delayed payments to sellers, and deceptive representations of car conditions and features.
CarMax, pros, physical locations. They have a lot of stores, 240 in 41 states, and having so many physical locations allows for an in-person interaction and a sense of security for some sellers. When I have gone with CarMax, I have encountered a streamlined process where you meet with a person who is assigned to you, and he walks you through the whole process, and they have everything in-house. And by the time I walked out of that place, I left with release of liability documents and the check in hand for the equity that I had in both of the vehicles that I sold to them. Reputation and trust. CarMax is a very well-established company with a strong reputation in the used car market. This can provide peace of mind during the selling process. Cons. I cannot think of many cons other than they offer me the least amount of money compared to the other two. And this is not always going to be the case, but their offers can sometimes be less competitive than other platforms. This isn't the first time that CarMax has offered me less for my car than others. Actually, I sold my Model Y to them, and Tesla had offered me about $100 more than CarMax. And that time I went with CarMax because of my prior positive experiences with that company. And $100 was not worth the difference, and I don't regret it one bit. And lastly, my least favorite, which is Auto Trader's Instant Cash Offer. The pros, in theory, competitive bidding. The platform allows for multiple dealerships to bid on your car, potentially leading to a higher offer that you might get from a single buyer. The wider reach, you're tapping into a network of dealerships, increasing the chances of finding a buyer willing to pay a good price for your specific vehicle. Cons, the requirement to visit a dealership. To finalize the sale, you need to take your car to the specific dealership that provided the winning bid. And if you hate visiting dealerships as much as I do, then you know that feeling. So based on my experience, Carvana provided the best financial offer, and the online convenience was a significant plus for my busy schedule. But I'm not gonna lie, the highest offer was the biggest factor in going with Carvana. The offer was so much better than CarMax that it was worth the risk of having an unpleasant experience. So I felt that I was taking a gamble, and fortunately, I won. Auto Trader's Instant Cash Offer landed in the middle in terms of price, but it will have required me to visit a specific dealership, which may not always be the most convenient or pleasant. Why did I not sell it to a private party? The vehicle was being financed at the time, and my payment was over $1,000. So I felt that maybe I would have gotten a little bit more going with the private party sale, but if the vehicle took longer to sell, then I would have been making those payments just to get that extra $1,000 or extra $2,000 for the car, and I would have waited a couple of months, then it would have come at a wash. Which option is right for you? An important factor to consider is that Carvana will not take your credit or debit card. So if you don't have money in the bank to pay off for the difference, what are you gonna do? And that's something that I like about CarMax and dealerships, is that if you're in a tight spot financially, and that's the reason why you're getting rid of your car, think that you're gonna have to have money in the bank to pay off the difference. And Carvana may not be the most convenient at that. My advice is that you get quotes from all three and many other places that are available. In fact, there's a friend that recommended me a good one. It's called givemethevin.com, which he said paid him more than CarMax offered him last time he sold the vehicle, but it required me to schedule an appointment with an agent that will come and inspect the vehicle and take pictures and then put it in action. And I just didn't want to go that route. I just didn't want to wait or explore the option. And remember, you have to be honest and accurate about your car's condition when providing information for online quotes to avoid potential surprises later on. So as you can see, $2,200 in difference between Carvana and CarMax made me go with the latter, despite being a little worried about Carvana's reputation. And I'm really happy to announce that they paid off my bank within 3 business days, which was a big concern for me because of the bad press I had heard and read about them. I hope that this breakdown based on my recent experience helps you navigate the process of selling your used car. I opted to go with Carvana, but you should check as many options as possible to make sure that you're getting the most for your car. And let me know in the comments below which method you used or are considering. I'm very interested in knowing if any of you have had a really good or a really bad experience to share with us. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.